Hi everyone, I wanted to hop on here because I made a recipe that I'm going to post the recipe, and I didn't do it on video because I got tired of doing videos with cookies where you're standing there watching me in the corner, but I wanted to show you how to roll out cookie dough once you've made a delicious dough. So I made the dough yesterday, and then you roll it in a log and you put it in your fridge overnight. Then I'm going to show you just how I do it. I put some flour down and I took part of the log. I've already got one batch in that has a few minutes left. And you just kind of get it in the flour, turn it over. I have all my cookie cutters lined up here. I've already made some with gingerbread shapes. It's a sour cream, buttery, well, there's no butter, I don't think. Yeah, there is. I'm going to post the recipe. It's a sour cream perfect recipe. I've been making it for years. It came out of a Betty Crocker book. It's nothing I made up. And you roll this to, it's about maybe 1/4 to a 1/2 inch consistency. It doesn't have to be even because you're going to keep rolling it. So what I wanted to just show you is the technique that I use in case this helps one person out there. So right now, you look for your cookie cutters to have the rim at the top. And I dip mine in my flour bin, which is over here. And then I'm going to make some Christmas trees. And you have your cookie sheet ready to go next to you. Hopefully it doesn't stick much. And then you put it, just use your finger, pop it right out. So I'm going to make a bunch of Christmas trees. This dough cooks perfect, and then I'm going to let them cool. And then I'm picking up our grandson. When he comes back, he's going to help me decorate them all later in the day. But I wanted to show you that this dough, once you make it, I'm going to post, like I said, post the recipe. Once you make the dough, you chill it overnight. The next day, it's a foolproof, delicious, like very, I don't even know. There's a little nutmeg sprinkled into the dough. It's not considered a sugar cookie because it's called a sour cream cookie. Oh, his little trunk fell off. So I can replace him back there. Now that's can't do anything with. And I still had a piece from before. I got 1 minute left in the oven. I work really quick with this because if you don't work quick, your dough will dry out, get too warm, and you just put it back into a bowl, put a little more flour, move it around. It's just like any other pie crust you've worked with. It could look like it's going to separate, but it won't separate when you bake it. It all melds together. Make it the desired thickness you want. I mean, what kind of cookies do you guys make? We're going to do an exchange. I'm telling you, I got this idea today. It doesn't want to come together. It's a foolproof dough. You just pat it down like you would pie crust. And then I'll make a bell. We'll try a bell this time. Make sure the lip is on the top. So you make different shapes. It is best to get it out in the cookie cutter. That didn't want to. So I'm going to let it make the rules. That one came out. So I'll get that up, but I'll show you how. So then that one came up. And then when this one's done in 38 seconds, I'll look at it because the temperature of this cookie is 425. And again, I'm going to redo this into a, here's my trick for getting that guy up. Does anybody have a bench scraper? Because you need one if you don't. Hang on, because it's about to beep at me. I'm going to redo this into a ball and make more cookies out of it. I don't waste any of the dough. Even if you have to have a few just rolled in powdered sugar, it's a delicious dough. And these are done. So I'll show you how they puff up. They puff up like delicious little creatures, and they're done. So hang on, I'm going to burn myself. I want to fill this cookie sheet before I put it in. So we're going to try to make something out of this last blob. That's a technical term. And I'm going to put that cookie sheet in. And when I post all the videos, it's going to be at once of all the cookies. And that's just what I'm going to do. So here's a bell. We'll do a bell again. I tried to keep it consistent on the cookie sheet. So the other one had gingerbread. I'll show you it again in a second. I just want to work quick. And we'll do another Christmas tree. So I have a bigger Christmas tree that I might do on my next batch. And then there's still dough, so I'm not putting it in there yet till I use this dough up. And then I have 1/3 of the log left. Then I'm taking a shower and I'm leaving to pick up this little guy who's going to have fun with me today. And Grandpa, his is at preschool right now, but we take him out, try to take him out once a week. It's a long day for him. I guess this will make a good bell. And then it's a quick cooking dough because it cooks at a high temperature. I'm still not done, see? Sometimes I keep that little one that I had like over here. They puff up, they're moist, delicious. What should I make him? A perfect snowman. I mean, it works easily. So this girl, boy, is ready to go in. I'm gonna put 7 minutes. It says 6 to 8, so I do 7 right there. And I'm gonna pick up the other tray to show you one more time. Start. Okay, now let me get the tray in case it's still hot. So you want them light colored. You want their centers to be still soft. These are pillowy, perfect, soft cookies. I'm going to get the book and read you the ingredients. Do you have a book? Do you have a bunch of stuff like this where you have people's recipes? So the recipes I was reading earlier from my cookies. Here's Jackie's Cowboy Coffee Cake. That's a fruit cake I made a couple years ago with rum in it. Chocolate Jumbos are Wendy's, the ones I made. Some of these are my own. Here's Lily cookies with the cream cheese that Joy brought us. Those ginger molasses cookies were actually called ginger crinkles, and they were Candace's. And she made a pumpkin dip, which was 4 cups of powdered sugar, 2 8-ounce cream cheeses, 1 can of pumpkin pie, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ginger. You beat it all together and you dip those cookies in it. It was like heaven. I digressed. You wanted to know about this. These are called sour cream cookies. So in them is 1 cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of margarine or butter. I used butter. A 1/4 cup of shortening, which is Crisco, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 2/3 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and 1/2 cup of sour cream. So it's a 425. You mix all the wet ingredients, then you put your dry in, mix it all, form it in the log and saran wrap, chill it overnight. 425, 6 to 8 minutes. So I did it for 7. I have made that recipe. Well, let me show you the book. It is, I don't even know what year. Betty Crocker's Cookie Cookbook. Let's see what year it was published. Wow, I was learning calligraphy and must have been practicing. This was 1985. So that's 40 years ago. My daughter was born. So I remember that like it was yesterday. So that's that. That's how you roll out cookies and cut them and keep rolling if you have a good dough. I will post everything at the end, and have a great day.